The entertainment industry is no stranger to rumors, but every once in a while, a story emerges that not only captures public attention but also refuses to die down no matter how strongly it is denied. Such is the case with Yong, the actor whose meteoric rise to fame has been accompanied by endless speculation about his personal life. Over the past few weeks, social media has been on fire with claims that Yong has been secretly married all along, living a double life away from the camera flashes and the red carpets. For fans, it was a shocking revelation. For gossip sites, it was the perfect headline, and for Yong, it quickly turned into a nightmare that forced him to address the matter head-on. What makes this particular rumor so fascinating is not just the claim itself, but the way it spread like wildfire across the internet. It all started with a single photograph, grainy, poorly lit, and ambiguous. The picture showed Yong walking with a mystery woman, their hands brushing in a way that could be interpreted as intimacy. A gossip blog took that image and added a provocative caption suggesting that fans were finally getting a glimpse of Yong's supposed wife. Within minutes, the post exploded across platforms, drawing millions of views, shares, and heated debates. Some insisted the photo was undeniable proof, while others dismissed it as a desperate attempt to stir drama. But once a rumor catches the attention of the public, especially one that touches on the private love life of a star as adored as Yong, it becomes almost impossible to contain. Hashtags like #Yong's wife, #secret marriage, and #truth about Yong began trending, each tweet and comment dissecting every possible angle. Some fans claim to have additional evidence, screenshots of cryptic posts, anonymous tips from alleged insiders, even claims of spotting Yong with a child. The narrative was simple yet explosive. Yong, the idol of millions, had been hiding a wife from the world. For weeks, Yong remained silent. Perhaps he hoped the frenzy would fade on its own, or perhaps he was weighing the best way to respond. But silence in the face of speculation often fuels more suspicion, and as the days passed, the rumors only grew louder. Finally, Yong decided enough was enough. In a live interview that would go on to become one of the most replayed clips of the year, he looked straight into the camera with an intensity that silenced even the harshest critics. His voice was calm but firm as he said, "I want to make it clear. I am not married. I do not have a wife. These stories are false and damaging, not just to me but to the people I care about. I have worked hard to build my career, and I will not let lies define me." His denial was absolute, his tone serious, and yet, instead of ending the conversation, it only gave it new life. Fans immediately split into two camps. Some applauded his honesty, flooding the internet with messages of support under hashtags like #WeBelieveYong and #RespectHisPrivacy. They argued that Yong had always been professional, hardworking, and committed to his fans, and that his words should be taken at face value. Others, however, remained unconvinced. They pointed to the photo, to the alleged leaks, and argued that his denial was simply a way to buy time until the truth inevitably surfaced. The divide between believers and skeptics only intensified the spectacle. Every new photo of Yong, every word he spoke in interviews, was scrutinized for hidden meaning. Some fans claimed that his eyes looked tired because he was lying. Others insisted his refusal to reveal the identity of the mystery woman was proof she was more than just a friend. What was perhaps most telling in this entire saga was not Yong's denial, but the collective obsession with uncovering the truth. The question that hung in the air was simple. Why were people so desperate to believe he had a wife? Industry insiders suggest that jealousy and competition may be part of the reason. With Yong's career on an upward trajectory, landing lead roles, signing lucrative endorsements, and capturing international attention, it was inevitable that rivals and opportunistic bloggers would seek ways to drag him down. A scandal of this magnitude could tarnish his image, especially among fans who cling to the fantasy that their favorite star is single and available. One anonymous source explained it bluntly. Scandals sell. When an actor like Yong is at the top, people will do anything to shift the spotlight, even if it means inventing a story that doesn't exist. Yet at the center of this storm remains the mystery woman from the viral photo. Who is she? Why was she walking with Yong that day? And why hasn't Long addressed her identity directly? The speculation surrounding her has become the heartbeat of the rumor, with fans crafting endless theories. Some believe she is merely a colleague or a family member, perhaps even a cousin. Others insist she is the hidden wife that the actor refuses to admit to. Critics argue that if she were just a friend, Long would have said so. Supporters counter that revealing her name would expose her to harassment and put her safety at risk. By keeping silent, they argue, Long is protecting her, not hiding her. Regardless of the truth, what cannot be denied is the toll this has taken on Long himself. In his interview, he admitted that the weight of the speculation had been overwhelming. He spoke candidly about sleepless nights, the intrusion of paparazzi into his personal space, and the relentless pressure of being scrutinized by millions. "People forget that I'm human," he said quietly. "Every rumor, every false headline, it affects me. It hurts my family. It makes it harder to just live my life." It was a rare moment of vulnerability from a man often seen as untouchable, and it moved many of his fans to tears. They rallied around him, organizing fan projects, writing letters of support, and flooding his social media with messages of encouragement. But even as his supporters grow louder, the skeptics refuse to back down. They argue that celebrities have denied scandals before, only to later admit the truth. They cite examples from the past, reminding others that denials are not always the end of the story. For them, Long's words are not enough. They want proof that he is single, proof that the woman in the photo is not his wife, proof that their idol has not betrayed their trust. This hunger for proof reveals something deeper about celebrity culture itself. Fans do not just admire stars like Long, they feel invested in their lives. They crave intimacy, a sense of knowing every detail, and when that intimacy is threatened by the possibility of a hidden marriage, it feels like a personal betrayal. In truth, the obsession says more about us than it does about Long. Why do we care so much whether he has a wife? Why is the idea of him being married seen as scandalous in the first place? Perhaps it is because celebrities are treated less like humans and more like fantasies, their personal lives consumed as entertainment. The possibility of a secret wife disrupts that fantasy, shattering the illusion of availability and accessibility. From a public relations perspective, Long's decision to deny the rumors outright was both brave and risky. Some experts argue he should have ignored the chatter altogether, reasoning that acknowledging it only gives it more power. Others believe his honesty was refreshing and necessary, a way of taking control of the narrative before it spiraled further out of control. Regardless of strategy, one fact remains. The rumor has kept Long at the center of public attention. Whether positive or negative, visibility is a kind of power in the entertainment industry, and this scandal has made him more talked about than ever. Some experts argue he should have ignored the chatter altogether, reasoning that acknowledging it only gives it more power. Others believe his honesty was refreshing and necessary, a way of taking control of the narrative before it spiraled further out of control. Regardless of strategy, one fact remains. The rumor has kept Long at the center of public attention. Whether positive or negative, visibility is a kind of power in the entertainment industry, and this scandal has made him more talked about than ever. As the story continues to unfold, Long's fandom faces a test of loyalty. Will they stand by him unconditionally, or will the cracks begin to show as doubt lingers? For now, the majority appear firmly in his corner, arguing that even if he did have a wife, it would not diminish his talent or their admiration for him. That loyalty could be the key to weathering the storm. In an industry where scandals can end careers overnight, Long's bond with his fans may prove to be his greatest defense. So what happens next? Perhaps the rumor will fade, replaced by the next big scandal to grip the public's imagination. Or perhaps it will linger, resurfacing every few months with new theories and speculation. Long, for his part, seems determined to move forward. With several high-profile projects on the horizon, including a much-anticipated film that could cement his international status, he is redirecting the spotlight to his work rather than his private life. That, in itself, may be his smartest move yet. At the end of the day, the truth behind the rumor may never fully come to light. Maybe Long truly is single, and the entire story is nothing more than a baseless fabrication designed to sell headlines. Maybe there is more than he is willing to share, and the mystery woman has a story that will never be told. Either way, the frenzy surrounding his supposed wife reveals the darker side of celebrity culture, our insatiable hunger for scandal, our obsession with secrets, and our refusal to let stars live as ordinary human beings. Long's firm denial may have drawn a line in the sand, but as long as curiosity exists, the whispers will continue. For now, all we have is his word, and his word is clear. Yu Long denies having a wife. Whether the world chooses to believe him is another story entirely. The firestorm around Yu Long's denial did not end with his interview. It only grew more intense. If anything, the actor's firm rejection of the marriage rumors seemed to fuel even greater curiosity. Fans who had once debated in whispers were now openly dissecting his every move, desperate to uncover hidden truths or secret meanings. Was his tone too sharp when he said he wasn't married? Was the look in his eyes a sign of frustration or guilt? Even the way he adjusted his jacket before speaking became a subject of online threads with thousands of comments. It was as if the world had collectively decided that Yu Long's denial wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning of a bigger mystery. In the weeks that followed, social media timelines looked like detective boards. Screenshots of old interviews were pulled up where Long had vaguely mentioned someone special years ago, though at the time most fans had assumed he meant a family member. Now, those words were being recast as coded hints of a hidden marriage. A popular fan forum even compiled a timeline of alleged evidence, piecing together paparazzi shots, offhand comments, and the viral photo of the mystery woman into what they claimed was an airtight case. Yet the timeline was full of gaps and speculation, a puzzle where the missing pieces were conveniently filled with imagination. Still, it spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, Long tried to return to normalcy. He continued filming, appeared at promotional events, and smiled for cameras, but the weight of the rumors never fully left him. Even during red carpet appearances, shouts from the crowd alternated between cheers and piercing questions. Who is she, Long? Where's your wife? The actor kept his composure, but insiders whispered that he had grown weary, that behind the scenes he often sat in silence, scrolling through headlines that questioned his honesty. For a man celebrated for his charisma and warmth, this sudden wave of suspicion felt like a cold shadow trailing him everywhere he went. And then came the twist that no one saw coming. A second photograph surfaced, this time clearer than the first. It showed Long entering a restaurant with the same mystery woman, her face partially visible, her expression calm but reserved. The photo reignited the frenzy. If the first blurry shot had sparked a wildfire, this one was gasoline poured on the flames. Gossip pages screamed that this was undeniable proof of a relationship, while loyal fans rushed to his defense, pointing out that having dinner with someone hardly meant marriage. The woman's identity remained unconfirmed, but theories flew across the internet. She was a co-star, a childhood friend, a relative, even a personal assistant. Each theory came with its own thread of evidence, and the noise grew so loud that it drowned out nearly everything else in the entertainment world. Long, once again, was pushed into a corner. Some urged him to clarify the woman's identity, but he remained silent this time, perhaps realizing that every word he spoke would only create more speculation. His silence was both a shield and a sword. It protected those he cared about, but also cut deeper into the hearts of fans who wanted clarity. Was he protecting her, or was he hiding her? The unanswered question hovered like a storm cloud, heavy and unrelenting. But here lies the most fascinating part of this entire saga. Despite the storm, Long's popularity has not diminished. In fact, it has grown. Every new rumor, every heated debate, every trending hashtag has kept his name at the center of the cultural conversation. His upcoming projects have gained even more attention. Ticket pre-sales for his next film have surged, and brands continue to line up for endorsements. The controversy, rather than destroying him, has paradoxically elevated him. Long has become not just a star but a phenomenon, a man whose life blurs the line between drama and reality. And maybe that is why the world cannot look away. Because the truth is, audiences are not just watching Yong's films anymore. They are watching him, the man, the mystery, the story that unfolds in real time with no script to follow. It is the ultimate cliffhanger, the kind of suspense no drama could replicate. Whether he is married or not almost doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the thrill of not knowing, of waiting for the next twist, the next reveal, the next headline that will keep us glued to our screens. Yet amidst the chaos, there is a lesson. Celebrities like Yong are not characters we can control. They are human beings with private lives, emotions, and struggles. His firm denial was not just a defense, it was a plea to remember his humanity. And perhaps that is the real story here, the one hidden beneath all the noise. Not whether Yong has a wife, but how the world responds to the idea that he might. The truth may come one day, or it may never fully surface. But what is certain is that Yong's journey through this storm has shown us how fragile the line is between admiration and intrusion, between fandom and obsession. And as the actor moves forward, one thing is undeniable. The world will be watching, waiting, and talking about Yong, whether he likes it or not. And to all the fans who cannot get enough of this unfolding drama, who love not just the films but the real-life twists and turns of stars like Yong, this is where you belong. On Drama Spark, we bring you the stories that keep your heart racing, the scandals that make you gasp, and the truth behind the glittering world of drama and stardom. If you don't want to miss the next shocking twist in Yong's saga or any other breaking story from the world of your favorite idols, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community of passionate fans who live for the thrill of every new reveal. This is more than just news. It's the heartbeat of the K-drama world, and you're invited to be part of it. Stay tuned, because if Yong has taught us anything, it's that the drama never ends, and the next chapter is always just around the corner.